Oh my gosh, I was just dreaming about a really awesome business idea. Let me tell you about it. Do you find that you are kept awake sometimes because of your big dreams? I know it seems kind of counterintuitive, but you've got big ideas and big dreams, and if you want to make anything of them, you gotta act. You gotta act right away. I am totally excited about this Sultan of Small Talk that we're going to do today. We're going to talk all about those big dreams and how they can turn into small businesses that may eventually become bigger businesses. Let's get into it right now. Welcome to another edition of the Sultan of Small Talk. I'm Chris Carbone. Today we're talking about big dreams and big dreaming and small businesses. Now, you've probably got an idea that's been floating around in your head for possibly the last month or possibly the last decade, and you wonder, it keeps gnawing at you. When are you going to pursue this? Should you pursue this? And you're scared and you've got the concern and you don't know what to do with this dream that's been instilled in your head, and you just wonder why it hasn't evaporated. It's because it's meant to be. It's what you should be doing. It's your calling, perhaps. And God would not give you this dream in your head and tantalize you or tease you with it if He didn't give you the ability to make that happen and see it through to fulfillment. Remember that. You are so capable. You just need sometimes the confidence or the boost, or you might need to be spurred on. But I think once you get into it, you're going to be excited about what can actually happen. But I don't have enough time. None of us have enough time. I understand that. I've got 4 kids. I never seem to have enough time. My wife doesn't ever seem to have enough time. I have only been blessed with the same 24 hours a day that you have. So one of my friends, he keeps drinking 5-hour energy. He probably stacks them 3 at a time. I think he thinks he's getting 15 more hours a day out of 5-hour energy drinks. I'm pretty sure that's not how the math works. But the reality is we all have the same finite amount of time. You just got to find the time and make what is important stay important. Keep that time to yourself very, very valuable, and fend off anyone who is trying to steal time from you. If you're liking any of this, I want you to hit that like button right about now. But I don't have any space to go ahead and start a business. The best part of a small business is you don't need much space. Use what you have right there readily available to you. If you've got a small apartment, carve out a little tiny corner. Maybe you are just going to get into a podcast, or maybe you've got a great voice. Everyone's always said you got a great voice. I know people who do that. They do voiceover work and they use a closet. Close the door in a little closet with all your clothes around you and just belt it out. Either sing or do your thing, making movie trailers with your great voice. Something like that can easily happen. Let's say you're skilled. You might just need a workbench. That doesn't take up any space. Or if you're a computer graphic artist, you just need a laptop and you could be on the beach. A lot of this does not take a lot of overhead or a lot of space. I get it. You probably feel you don't have enough skills yet. You don't have the learning. You don't have the education. We live in a time that's pretty ripe for this. Think about it. Entrepreneurs, let's unite. There is more readily available information that's right at our fingertips that is not going to take us 4 years to get the degree. And I think there are a lot of great programs that people offer that can get you way farther ahead in whatever you wish to pursue in 4 weeks' time, 6 weeks' time. Maybe it's going to take you a whole quarter. That's basically all it takes to get some of the information you're going to need to know on very specialized topics that you're very interested in. So seek out the people that are doing it and seek out the types of programs that are readily available to you. You're going to find out you're not going to blow a wad of money doing it. This has not been sponsored by 5-Hour Energy, though I think 5-Hour Energy would love me as a spokesperson. Being a dreamer and having big dreams is kind of mission critical. However, you do have to have a plan. You gotta have a roadmap that you can follow, something that shows some order to it. Because if you don't know where you're going, you're probably not going to get there. And if you do get there, it might be by happenstance or just by accident. What I'd love to do is see you make it there cleanly without too many obstacles. So put a plan in place and work towards that goal every day. Even a little bit of incremental momentum is going to get you that much closer and that much faster. But Chris, isn't it possible I could fail? Like, I'm really in this job right now that's got benefits and it's got like a steady salary, and although I hate it, I absolutely can't stand it, and I pretty much loathe everyone there, I at least know what I can expect. We spend way too much time in dead-end jobs or jobs that we completely despise simply because it seems to be easier that way. It's more exciting to try something new, but don't set out with any ambition that you're going to fail. Just have the confidence it's going to be okay. Think about all of the crummy stores you've been in, all the bad restaurants, and they still succeed. Some of them never go out of business, and they probably should. So use that as encouragement. If you've gone into a crappy store and it's got lousy customer service and they still exist years later, especially through an epidemic, I would imagine that that should be encouragement that you can kick ass. Sure, I bet you want everything to just fall into your lap. We all do. You want success to just knock on the door and just wake you up in the middle of the night with a phone call. That's just not how it is. You have to be willing to take action now. You have to be willing to do what it takes now without it just falling at your feet. And that's the tricky part. We think that if it's meant to be, it will just happen. But that's kind of a misnomer. That's truly not how it works. Everyone who's done anything exceptional has done it with some deliberance. Is that even a word? They've done it deliberately. Sometimes things are going to be a mistake, and sometimes you're going to goof up. Like anything you try, you have to go ahead and make some mistakes and then tweak it. Don't assume that it's all for naught because it didn't happen perfectly the first time you tried it. For example, on this one take, I probably tried it 4 times so I could wrap my words around the concepts that I'm trying to deliver. I oftentimes have to edit this. You got to see what the footage looks like that I've cut. It's lousy. Ugh. Haven't subscribed? Didn't know where the subscribe button is? It's just below here. Not too far. Right down here. Start right now by setting some goals. They don't have to be very lofty goals. How about just some personal goals like, hey, I'd really like to learn how to use chopsticks and not look like a fool. Or maybe you want to learn French. These are not impossible. Plenty of people speak French. Not all of them are brilliant. The other thing you have to do is think about goals that you wish to have for your family. Maybe you want to send your kids to private schools, so you want to make that a goal of yours. Or maybe you want to visit a few national parks this year during the summer. If you start practicing making goals, goal setting will just become easy to you, and eventually you're going to be hitting some goals for your business. Maybe your business needs to do 5 times more phone calls a day or twice as much sales as you had last month. These are the things that will keep you motivated and prepared and doing the right things every month so you can constantly see the success you're making based on the goals that you are setting. An ancillary benefit to this dreaming thing, bigger dreamers apparently live longer. I know. I didn't know it at all, but apparently a little bit of research has been done in the category. So the people that are big dreamers happen to live longer than those more negative Nelly types. That's awesome news, even if it's only 7 minutes longer. That's not true. They said that they live an average of 7 years longer. I don't know where they're getting all their data, but even if it was just 7 months longer, that would be worth doing. I actually heard this. If you floss your teeth, you will actually live 3 years longer than somebody who doesn't floss. I don't know where they get all the money to fund these projects for study. It probably goes without saying, you have to have a few people championing for you. People that are in your corner that are absolute cheerleaders. It'd be best if your spouse is with you 100%. So if you got a partner, you gotta have them in your corner. It'd be great if your family was involved in the cheerleading. You'd love it for your siblings to be behind you. Your mom and dad wouldn't be a bad idea. Your kids. But your friends, they're gonna have a huge impact on you. Make sure that they're behind you. It's gonna help you. Now here's the reality. You've gotta be your own biggest champion. You've gotta believe in you. You've gotta just trust you can do it. And I trust that you can do it. So let me hear all of the great stories that you're going to create. I'm excited about it. And I can't wait to see you in the next one.